This is certainly a complicated case that captured headlines globally. To help us understand the impact of the trial, celebrity divorce attorney Chris Melcher joins us once again. Chris, thank you for coming on the show. Ultimately, this jury ruled in favor of Johnny Depp. It seemed like when we talked to you in the past that this is kind of what you were expecting. Any surprises for you here?
Well, it's impossible to predict these jury verdicts. And here, I mean, they both took something home. And that's the most surprising element of it. You would figure that either one would win and the other would completely lose. But here the jury found that they had both were responsible for making defamatory statements against each other. But clearly the jury was in favor of Johnny because of this massive amount of damages that it awarded against Amber Heard. So it is definitely clears Johnny's name, not only in the court of public opinion, but now by a jury. After hearing all of this evidence, he takes home his name, and that was what he was really out for, not an award of damages.
So the $2 million in damages that the jury decided to award to Heard, what does that say about her side of the story?
Well, Johnny's attorney, Adam Waldman, had made some statements to the press calling some of her claims a hoax, saying that she had called the police and her friends had called the police, claiming that Johnny had done something and that they had constructed or concocted this incident. And it was very specific what Mr. Waldman said, and the jury found that those statements to the press were false and were attributable to Johnny Depp and awarded $2 million in damages to her. But that statement was made 2 years after her op-ed statement. It was really in response to her op-ed statement. And so, again, it's a little bit of a win for her, but on the primary grounds of this case, all of those allegations of abuse that we heard her testify about, the jury did not believe that and found that Johnny had been defamed.
In a statement, Depp said today in response to the ruling that it gave him his life back. Do you foresee a future where Depp can go back to the blockbuster Hollywood career that he once had?
Absolutely. He's the most talked about celebrity right now. There's tons of positive sentiment about him. And of course, he's an accomplished actor. So I think whatever was holding him back before might have been just his own feelings about the hurt that was caused by this incident. Now, like he says, it's a new chapter. He moves forward. I'm hoping for Amber's sake, she can find a new chapter for herself too, because this is now the defining role for her. It's difficult for her to kind of recover from this.
In her own statement, Heard said that she was heartbroken by the verdict, calling it a setback for women. How could this high-profile case impact, do you feel, future cases like it?
Well, that's a concern because it's very difficult for anyone to come forward, especially against a powerful person, to make allegations like this. And we want to support those folks, but only if they're truthful. And that's the problem that Amber had, is that her statements were not believable. There were inconsistencies with them, and the jury just didn't buy it. So the lesson, I think, here is support people who come forward, but we also have to look at these things with a critical eye, because we can't just take away somebody's reputation based on an accusation without knowing the facts. And if those accusations are not credible, then we should stand behind the accused, not the accuser.
And lastly, there was a huge gathering outside the courthouse today, as you know. Why do you think that the public became so infatuated with this case?
Well, I think because it's televised. We have other trials that we just read about after the fact, but this was televised. We could see the demeanor of the witnesses. And this goes well beyond just Johnny fans or Amber fans. This was us looking at our court system in action and expecting, you know, justice to happen. And so I think we're seeing more of that because we had that window into the court that we often don't get unless we show up there in person.
Chris Melcher, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.